Got to love going live. Gotta love it. Gotta love going live. It is my favoritist thing to do. Favoritist thing to do. What's going on? Jordan first went in. Boy, I missed y'all. Yes, I have. Let's make sure all devices are silent. Let's make sure we got this. Man, it's funny. I had to change the name from Quarantine Chronicles because YouTube wasn't promoting it. Anything that got to do with the virus right now, YouTube's not promoting. So, you know, it's sad. You said you got a question you've been itching to ask. Go ahead, get them questions in. This video is sponsored by Red Bull. I'm gonna enjoy me one. It's been a long day. And we got, we want to have a little fun. Hey, we got some members in here. Poet Glass, Michael. For those of you, anybody that joined to be a gold member, again, I'm going to announce it like I did last time. Make sure you hit the join now button if you're not a member and you want to get access to more content, raw content, all of that stuff. Before I get started, make sure everybody can hear me good. Everything's looking good. I'm going to enjoy a few sips of this tasty beverage. I'm going to get this thing cracking. Can I say businesses are being forced to shut down because of the thing? Yeah, it's just mostly, it's people, man. You got to be able to just roll with it. Listen, when you've been military, you understand how crazy civilians act. Like they just, military, we're just taught to be more logical. Listen, I got a mission. It don't matter if it's cold, if it's raining, it doesn't matter. That don't matter. I got to take care of my mission. Got to take care of my mission. Poi Glass, hey man, you better chill driving and you may want to just listen. You may not want to look. Shoot. What are my take? Ruins World asks, yeah, you did ask me that question on the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, make sure you guys join Facebook group. Just search for Flash Film Academy. What is my take on the CCTV lens for the original Blackmagic? That's rough. I'm gonna tell you what I use. I use the Mackie 16. It's a lens that is pretty cheap. Pretty cheap lens, 3 something, and it gets the job done at like, I think it's T20, I think. It's pretty good. Can I make a living specializing in martial arts, fitness, firearm event? That's a lot. That's a lot. You probably can make a living, depending on, okay, bringing love. It depends on if you're in the area that gets a lot of those shows, right? Firearm for event photography, that's a lot. You can probably make a living on just martial arts, to be honest with you. I mean, even if you did, let's say on the low end, you went around and did pictures doing, it's a lot of martial arts for kids, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of events, a lot of stuff, anything that involves parents that you can monetize, bro, there's money in it. You can do pictures or videos of kids in competitions. There's money in that. Especially when you got companies who already gathering your ideal client in one place. Martial art, all their kids do Taekwondo, right? So your ideal client is a parent who kid do Taekwondo. They probably got other kids doing other stuff. And if you can create something where you can go there and capture everybody in the class or appeal to everybody in the class, or maybe get with the dojo so that they can pay a little bit higher membership and it's wrapped in because it makes it seem like he's offering more, bro, that's a no-brainer. And them kids gonna grow up and they're gonna continue to do more martial arts and do more things, and you know what I'm saying? So it's a whole tree, it's a whole seed you can plant that and grow with it. I'm getting a lot of questions come in, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I may not be able to get to everybody, but I'm gonna try to get to everybody. Michael, what's up? If like I said, you guys, if you didn't get notifications for the last live video, it's probably because of the title and anything dealing with what's going on right now. YouTube and everybody, they trying to push them videos to the bottom. So I had to ditch that name and just go with the Q&A Chronicles. But just FYI, it's life. It's life right now. You say your buddy got a karate thing. Hey, if that's your niche, if that's what you want to do, yeah. If you know people, bundle it in, because it makes them look better. Because they can offer the class with some pictures, and maybe, you know, if they got like a entry fee for a tournament, and let's say it's 10 people, and they add $50. I'm just talking, you know, add $50 to the entry fee to get video, and it's 10 people. You just made $500 on 2 hours worth of work. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. I'm just giving you an example of how you can use that to make money. They're probably going to do 10 tournaments a year. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But if you get with the dojo, if you know the guy that run the business, you make him look more credible, and he can offer more value by offering your services bundled with what he's offering. Let him do the hard work of bringing the clients in. You just piggyback off that. So it's something you can definitely do. You can definitely do. All my members, what's up? I see the icon next to your name. Depending on how long you've been, we just started the membership, so everybody's pretty much at the same level of cheap man. I see you, Johnny. Danny say, let me be your slave during the apocalypse and document and images of my journey. No disrespect, Danny, but I just, you know, hey, I'm doing all like, if I'm gonna be stuck in the house, it's probably gonna be like female. So no disrespect. I don't think I want to film that. I don't think I want to film what's going, you know, all that stuff. Let's see, next question. Somebody said Facebook is gonna start offering grants and ad credits to small businesses. Of course, you have to apply. That would be dope. I advertise on Facebook, and I would love to take advantage of that. Is fitness a bad niche? It's not the best niche to be in as a fitness, as a selling fitness. It's a great niche to be in as a content creator. Anytime you go at a niche that's like loaded with people, right? Where it's just a ton of people in that niche, they have to fight to stand out. Right? They have to fight to outdo each other, and offering great content is a way to do that. So you got to pay to play. I'll help people out in that niche all the time, but because they're trying to outdo the next person, they're going to want some quality content. Now, the problem is you want to find those who are in a financial situation where they can afford it. I like to go to gyms themselves. I don't like to deal with personal people because people don't spend money. Companies spend money, but gyms typically have bigger budgets than people. And gyms got to update. Man, listen, if you go to a gym right now and be like, what are you doing to combat the coronavirus? When it slows down, what did you do to clean and make sure it's not like they need to start thinking about that content now, because we're not going to be down for long. It's going to be a month or two and the economy going to boost back, and they're going to want to get in front of all these people who want to get back out and catch up on working out. So they need to have content ready. That's something you got to think about. That goes really for any brand right now. Like, you can go to a brand and be like, what are y'all doing to combat the virus? What are y'all doing to stay clean and safe, so that when the economy turn back, we got a ton of stuff to drop, and y'all can get in front of people who are going somewhere different. That's something you can keep in mind. Definitely keep in mind. Ben said, I love your channel. I'm located in Australia. My question is above. I did catch that part, Ben. Let me see if I can find your question, because I got a whole bunch of questions. I can't find your question, Ben, but I'm looking real quick because I got a lot of questions. Ben, if you can post your question again, I would really appreciate it. I'll try to see it in my sea of questions, and I'll try to answer it. Can you make money being a filmmaker? ST Photography say, yeah, you can definitely make money being a filmmaker. If you understand the business side and you market that film using YouTube. For me, when it comes to film, when it comes to like distribution and all of that, I'm not going to channels that people went 5 years ago, right? They want to go to film festivals and get discovered and people like it and get awards. Screw that. I'm going to shoot me a movie. I'm going to make it a dope title. I'm going to give it a dope trailer. I'm going to put it on Amazon or YouTube, and I'm going to market it myself with my own dollars. That's what I'm going to do. Because if you independent and you make $100,000 off a movie, that's still a win. You can put 50 into the next movie and live off 50 for a year or 2 years if you're really frugal until you get your next project out. That $100,000 to a film company is nothing. They'll laugh at it. They'll never work with you again. But now you have the ability to go straight to distribution. So why wait on somebody else? I'm not. It's like that with music too. I can go straight to iTunes. What am I going to go to a label for? I'm going to pay for my own music video. I'm going to pay for my own marketing, and I'm going to go out of pocket. I can control my own image, everything. There's no reason why I'm going to go through a record label at this point. They can't do nothing but spend more money on advertising. You're right. 57 streams and 6 likes. You see the love, man? Good looking out. Good looking out, Michael. Even Art Fit said, get them likes up. I appreciate y'all, man. I enjoy coming on here. I can listen. 2 hours. I have to force myself to get off. I think last time we was on to like 1 or 2 o'clock. We was on to about 1 or 2 o'clock last time, and we was just chopping it up. Somebody said thank you for the consistent live streams and really good times. Yeah, I mean, I can probably live stream. Last time I did 3 live streams in a day. Right now, I could probably live stream all day long. So, what business books would I suggest during the downtime? I have some that are in the description. Okay, so they're not in the description. However, I'm going to add them with my usual description, and I'm going to add everything in the description so that you'll have the book. Because there's certain books that I really like. And if you ain't read them books, I wouldn't tell you to read nothing else. So let me add them to the description. I don't know why they're not automatically on, which hopefully it will appear in the description now. Hopefully. If not, I will see if I can post that part here. I like Audible. That's my thing. Here we go. Audible is kind of my thing. Oh man, I can't even pull it up. When it comes to books, and that way I like to listen to my books while I'm doing other stuff. So that's just me. Here we go. I need to start a book club with the gold member. Maybe the gold members, we can do a book club. Dog, hold up. YouTube's being difficult. Still? Hold up. Let me see if I can put some more down. All right, that's a whole lot of reading to do, or a whole lot of listening to. Monday, I love it. Okay. Somebody said I'm trying to decide between. Sammy said I'm trying to decide between a C-stand with a boom arm versus a gobo. Continuous strobe light and set up large soft boxes. You can't go wrong with a C-stand, bro. C-stand can be used for anything. C-stand can be used with anything. Somebody said my focus. Let me see. Hold up. There we go. We're really sharp now. Probably because I'm shooting at like f1.8 and then I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Most underrated channel. Good looking out, Ali. Yeah, you're going to do music videos or... I mean, listen, you can't, for audio, like I'm using a C-stand with a boom arm right now, right? Because my microphone's right here. You can't go wrong with it. You can do so much with a C-stand, it's not even funny. Shot the voiceover for my portfolio yesterday. Would you recommend having shots of me actually talking or just leave it as a voiceover? It depends what your niche is, right? If your niche appeal to people directly, a shot of you wouldn't hurt. If your niche is not, if it's going to businesses, a shot of you wouldn't make a difference. Appreciate it. Hey man, I love the support. I love it. Man, I can do, like I said, I can do this every day. I need to make a behind the scenes video of my setup for members. You know what, Michael? I just may do that. I'm glad you said that. I will probably do that. I'm gonna put that. Yeah, let me write that down. Let me add that to the video list because I just got finished filming a few videos. Some for members, some for non-members. Y'all want BTS of the setup. I will do that. Let's see. How long should you work marketing before moving to another niche? And also, I noticed you use dog photography. Is that a niche we should really consider? If you like animals, and you're in an area, you can Google to see how many people own pets in your area, right? If you live in, I mean, I can tell you the quick answer. If it's a ton of Petcos and a ton of pet stores in your area, those companies usually have done the research. You may be in an area where you're sitting on a gold mine and you don't even know it. Trust me, people love their dogs. They treat them like animals. They treat them like kids. Some of you got pets that they're your dog, they're your family member. So if you specialize in that and you're good at it, I'm just not good at getting dogs to pay attention unless I got food. If you're good at it, then go for it. Let's see. What is this? The Rex on Max sale. He ordered a newer 36-inch softbox. It came with all the parts except the diffuser. Bought it used. Can I buy a random cloth for fabric and get the same effect? Yes and no. You can buy like some silk. If you go to like a Hobby Lobby and get like some silk, you could recreate it. If not, if you just have the outside, you could be just fine. Just cut the light down. John David, you're correct. I appreciate you, man. Free work is, man, you gotta, I'm just having a conversation. We're just talking. We're just friends talking. We're just friends having a Red Bull talking about life. There was a question. My advice on licensing depends on what you're doing. My philosophy is this. I'm not going to let you make $1 million off me for $200. I don't mind you making a couple grand off me for $200, but you're not going to make $1 million off me for $200 or something low. It's not going to happen. Now, if I'm creating something for you and you're going out making training videos or, something like that, we're going to make sure we talk licensing. But if I'm taking pictures for a person that just got a house and they selling a house and they ain't sold a house in 30 years, nah, I may not do it then. Vernon, I'm trying to open my own photo video studio. Which course would you recommend? Listen, I always say the 3 pillars is niche, portfolio, website, right? So the portfolio one is going to be number 1. But it depends. Are you opening a studio so other people can come film in it, or are you going after clients? You got to lock down the niches first. Once you know that, then you'll know like where you go. I actually got a video I just recorded that talks about that. And I got a video I just recorded that talks about websites, building your website. Sorry if I'm getting a little slow on questions. I'm getting a lot of questions and I'm trying to answer. Eric, say, hey, Ty, I just developed the layout for my website, my niche, and I plan to shoot content to fill out the site with demo reel, images, videos, but now I can't shoot that content. What are your suggestions? Right now, you need to be writing copy for your website. You need to be writing all the copy you can for your website. You need to be coming up with the script for your portfolio. If you got the portfolio course that talks about the 5 key steps of creating a portfolio, it talks about using a voiceover. It talks about explaining and telling your story. Right now with this downtime, you should be creating that. You should have that anyway because you wouldn't even know what demo reel or portfolio footage to use, that would help support that story if you don't have that script. And if you don't have that course, y'all know I got the hookup here. Let me get the hookup because I got it for you. Whenever I go live, it's your time to shine. Or if you're not a member, if you are a member, don't worry about this. There's something special for you members, a little extra for you members. But those who aren't members, there you go. If you're down, right now is the time to get the course, knock out the ebooks. You should be writing all the copy for your website. explaining your products, explaining the process of working with you, right now is your time to do that. Even if you can't go out and shoot. Plus, let's say you're shooting product photography. You should be around the house shooting that anyway. You should be around the house right now. Would I consider getting points or royalties when filming something for cheap? Michael, it depends what you're filming. It depends what you're filming. Certain stuff, I want more than that. I don't want points if I'm filming something and it's a movie and I'm filming everything. No, I'm gonna need more than that. Think about like a producer that make a beat, right? And the singer sings it. Like, it's usually divided between the writer, the singer, and the producer. And usually the producer get half the credit. I'm producing it. I want my share. You're not gonna jip me. I ain't having it. How do I stream with this quality? I am using SlingStudio, and I'm using an actual like C100. So you're getting full 5 megabit. You're getting the maximum quality that YouTube allows in HD right now. D Brooks, you gotta show me D Brooks. I didn't see. Okay, D Brooks, I got one piece here. On the prices, you get better gear that allows you to get more creative stuff. I'm trying to find D Brooks. You got a bunch of questions, bro. It's hard to find them. Okay, let's see. Generate some kind of revenue, right? Of course, I want to charge $1,000 for a shoot, but I got to get there first. I see you guys say gear isn't a factor all the time, but people I see posting their videos are using stuff like Sony's, you know, 3,000-4,000. So I say, let's see, not to be the cheap. So he's pretty much asking, where should you start, right? I think I see a little bit. It's broken up into 4 parts, and then there's a lot of questions in between. So, D Brooks, I think you're asking what gear you should start off with. There's a lot of gear under $1,000 that can make you more. If you get a used A6300 Sony, use A6500. If you can get a little bit more out, you get a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, go that route. If you can find an old 5D Mark II, 5D Mark III, you're shooting in HD, but it's still worth it. There's a lot of ways to, don't swallow this gear pill that everybody's on YouTube doing it. A lot of those guys are getting pushed from manufacturers. And then you got to think of it like this. So there are guys that aren't getting paid. However, because YouTube is a search engine, you're not, like, my videos don't rank well, right? Because nobody's searching for, how do I grow my business with a website? Nobody's searching for that. But people are searching for, what's a good lens for under $500? So you have to make that content to grow your channel. People are searching for specific products. That's what people are searching for. So to grow your channel, you got to do reviews. It's hard not to do reviews. I honestly wouldn't do as many reviews if I wasn't in the process of trying to grow my channel. I don't have enough people to put out a video and get 1 million views. I don't have the subs there yet. I wish, but it's not there. Even though I'm giving out straight gold content, it's just not, people, they kind of slip up on my channel. They don't go out looking for what I talk about because there is no place to get where I talk about. So I gotta pull you in with the idea that we talk about gear and then be like, all right, let's talk about business. So, but you don't need crazy amount of gear to be successful. D Brooks says how not to be the cheap guy. You can't be the cheap guy. So there's 100 people in the chat room, right? Questions moving quick. If I don't get to your question, I'm sorry. Because I see people I see the second part, and the second part is like, yo, answer the question. And I'm like, bro, I didn't even see the question. Because it's going like this, bloop, 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 bloop. So give me a second. Let me make sure I got it on all chat and not top chat. So give me a second, because I'm trying to get to everybody's question. When building a portfolio or for product photography, is there any legal issues with using brand products and they're branding it and posting it on your website? Usually no. If you're doing things to make that brand looks better, they usually are okay with it, right? So if I go buy a pack of Coca-Cola and we're just drinking it with our friends and we taking pictures, it's not a problem. If I'm smoking crack out of a Coca-Cola bottle, then it's a problem. Then Coca-Cola is like, yo, what's up? So you just got to do it artistically in a way that makes the brand look good. Usually they don't mess with you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to really use it for advertising as much as you want to use it for artistic value, right? Like I can go take pictures at a basketball court in LeBron James jersey and take dope pictures, but you don't want to be on your website talking about LeBron James. If I just show a picture of it cut off and be like, LeBron James works with us all the time, that's false advertisement. What content delivery question Oscar asks? What platform do I use to deliver video drafts and final edits to clients? I like Vimeo because clients they have a review page they can type on and talk on. They can download it from there, and they can keep one link, and I can update the video over and over again. So Vimeo is my go-to place when it comes to delivering video to clients. So, Rhinus World, am I pronouncing that right? He said, I'm launching my business page and website soon, and I want to use these 3 as my niche: corporate video, branding, and testimonials. Is that too much and too vague? Yes, testimonials are fine, but if you can dig down and get more of a niche, what type of corporate videos? Promo videos, communication videos? I need to know exactly what you're doing. Now, keep in mind that even though if you pick a niche, you still gonna get asked to do stuff around it. So let's say you do corporate communication videos. That's a little bit, especially if you can do it in a field, in like a healthcare or something like that. If you can narrow it down like that, it'll be more beneficial to you. We got our first super chat, Matrix Photo Design. Bro, appreciate you, man. I see you every chat. And you always highlight the screen. So let me stop and say, I really appreciate you, bro. I really appreciate you. That's a name that I'm familiar. Do you pre-qualify a client before you send them a quote? Yes and no, right? By having a website that shows value, that show the names we work with. We got Louisville, we got Walmart, we got a lot of hospitals in the area. You know that we're not going to be a $200 video company. So that kind of pre-qualifies them. Then I'll ask questions that I know companies with budgets typically have. Deadlines, what's the chain of command? If do you have a color palette? Do you have a logo guide, right? Companies that have logo guides and color palettes, and they have systems and processes in place when you create content for them, typically have bigger budgets. Over time, you'll work. Do you work T30, T90? That means turnaround time as far as payment. Do I need to send this invoice to a different department? If those questions are yes, they're typically bigger companies with bigger budgets. So just something to think about. Let's see. No problem, guys. No problem. No problem, Matrix. Hey, man, I appreciate your support. Where do you pull your sound from when you push out a video? Right now, I'm using a Sennheiser MKH416. It's going right into the C100. I actually got the C100 just for YouTube, just for you guys. I think I missed the question. Hard one for you. Can you market your full dramatic video to be shown and bid for so you can pay everyone while targeting online networks? Let me make sure I understand this question, Wolf, because I want to answer it. If you have a short film, are you saying, can I market that short film and then have them bid on where it can be seen? I want to make sure I'm correct. That's a tough one because I don't feel like I really understand that question. So the great thing about not needing a distribution is you get to determine where it's at. Platforms are opening up more and more. Amazon Prime is a prime example of where you can go with your movie shot on whatever you shot it on, get it on the platform, and then market it and make money. I got a few movies on Amazon Prime that They bring in a few dollars every now and then. I haven't advertised them or marketed them, but I had a decent trailer. As far as Netflix, Flix, and Hulu, it just takes a little bit more to get on that platform. It's not hard. I've seen some trash movies on Netflix. You just have to live by their guide rules to get on those platforms. Just like it's easy to get on iTunes as a movie. You're gonna pay a little money, but once you get on, you can start making that money back. But the thing is, you have to have a marketing budget. You can put it on whatever platform you want. The hard part is not being able to stream it. The hard part is making sure that people know about your movie. And it's getting enough attention where it starts to organically populate on the screens of Netflix, subscribers. Because those things that you see are things that are popular. Netflix is only going to show you what's popular. Just like YouTube only shows you what's popular. You got to get that ball rolling, and it's going to take a little money. Just keeping it real with you. All right, let me scroll down a little bit. Flying Ryan, what's up, bro? Greetings from Germany. Willie, I like Germany, man. Favorite commercial use of music, sound effects, resources. So Artlist is I like Artlist right now. I'm gonna tell you why I like Artlist, and I got a video coming because I've actually been talking to Artlist. I like Artlist. I went with like two other companies, and I'm not gonna name their name because I ain't gonna throw them under the bus because that ain't right. That had just huge, freaking libraries, right? They had 3 million songs, but when I say all of those songs were trash, I spent so much time going through trash songs. Like it sounded like it was just straight up like it sounded like ice cream truck music, bro. It was bad. I went with Artlist and been trying to work with Artlist because Artlist had just hits. Like Artlist, it was songs that wasn't even like, I don't even have a use for like a little poppy, snappy song, but it was just dope. Like I feel like every artist that they work with are just dope artists. Artlist is the truth. Even with they video service, that stock Videography. I just used one for a shoot not too long ago. Their videos are just second to none. Compared to other companies, I'm not going to name them as bad as I want to. I'm not going to do it. Maybe in the member section I'll do it, but I'm not going to do it publicly. But Artlist they brought it. They brought it. I like Artlist. I got a link in the description because I'm working with them, and you can save a little bit if you go through the link and then support the channel. Is the Flash Film Media course broken down into steps or just general topics covered? And there's a package that includes everything in the one price. Michael, so the Flash Film Media course is broken down into 5 steps. And it goes in order. Because when you create a portfolio, believe it or not, it goes in order. Like a lot of people with the course, you go into the course thinking that this guy is just going to tell me to drag my clips to a timeline. And you don't think about the psychological value of your portfolio. You don't think about the fact that stories sell, facts tell, right? Stories sell, facts tell. Let me give you an example. You wouldn't care about what I'm talking about if I didn't have a story about how I got here. If you didn't look at my previous videos or my website to see how I got here, right? The fact that I have shot for Walmart, whoop-de-doo, big deal. The fact that I have shot for Raising Cane's, big deal, who cares? The fact that I shot for Toyota, who cares? But the story as to how I got here and how I built it is what sells, right? Your portfolio needs to be that for you. It needs to be your commercial. People, listen, a lot of people forget this, right? This is one thing people forget, and I got a video coming, so I'm not gonna get on it too long. A lot of people forget that you're asking people to buy from you. And the information that you're presenting to them, the content that you're presenting to them as proof that you can do your job, if it's subpar, customers are going to lowball you. They're not going to really want to do work with you. They're going to be like, I don't know. If you absolutely blow your portfolio out of the water, you don't got to convince nobody to do business with you. It's just like being a fashion designer or being a stylist, right? If you walking around and your outfit is dope, you don't got to convince people to let you be their stylist. But if your outfit is, they're going to lowball you. You got to convince them, right? You got to convince them to be, you know what I'm saying? That is literally how people look at your website and your demo reel. If most of my clients that watch my demo reel, they literally say, I want that for my company. Make me that for me. That's it. I'm like, say no more. Let's go. So that's what you got to think about. You as the content creator. Content creating is the only thing in this world where it's okay to get high off your own supply. You should be, your stuff on your page should do two things. It should do two things. It should give an example of what you do and what you can do for the client. It should educate the client, and it should show proof of your capabilities at the same time. Y'all know that song, at the same damn time. It should do them two all day long. Educate them on what you can do, maybe based off what you've done for other clients, and then just showing them proof. I'm gonna back it with the proof. You can't be somebody's stylist if your clothes look in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't do it. You can't be their beautician if your hair ain't done. You can't paint somebody's car if your car ain't, your car need to be candy apple red. It need to be the wettest, shiniest, sparkling car they've ever seen in their life. If you can park that car in front of your body shop, the line will be around the corner. But if you got a bunch of regular cars, won't nobody care. That's why you see car washes, they'll park Lamborghinis in front, right? Because you'll be thinking, once I get my car washed, it'll look as good as that Lamborghini. That's why clubs take the most expensive cars and they park them out front. Because people think, oh, it's some people in there tonight. The ladies be like, it's some ballers in there tonight. The fellas be like, oh, this is where the rich guys go. This is where the guys who are special go. It's a reason for that. If your website is like, and your portfolio is like, that money they offer you is going to be, you feel me? That's why those are so important. And I push that so much because a lot of people are like, I can't get business. People lowballing. Where the customers at? Yada, yada, yada. And then you go to look at their website and it's like, I see why you got lowballed. All right, my bad. I can talk about that all day. That first impression is everything. It's very important. You need to blow it out. Like even in the course, right? In the course, I talk about the fact that them first few clips, if you look at my portfolio, I start with a crash scene shot from a drone. Why? Because it make you say, what's going on here? It make you lean in. And once you lean in, I got you. All right. John Morgan. Hey, good looking out on the super chat, John. Good looking out on the super chat. When doing headshots, do you ever incorporate personal things? Examples like photographers holding their cameras, or what is something specific to one's field? Okay, I'll give you a little tip that I like to use, a little something in my back pocket. I'm going to give you for 2 easy payments of $3.99. Usually whenever I do headshots, I don't care how corporate, I don't care if it's lawyers or doctors, once I get the headshots that I need, I usually do 3 things: straight face, smirk, big smile. Because people, I usually do that. I get them from all 3 angles: left, middle, right. Because people don't know what the good side is. But I'll give you opportunity to see. Straight face, smirk, big smile, right? When I'm done with those, I'll ask for a personality shot. You'd be surprised at how many senators, how many CEOs give me some of the dopest shots ever when I ask for a personality shot. Because they're like, well, what is a person? Give me something that only you would do. And even if I deliver the professional shots to them, I make sure I send them that personality shot just to have, just so they'll remember me. Little stuff like that keep them calling you back over and over again. I don't care who, if it can be a group. I'm like, all right, guys, give me a personality shot. Let's have some fun. Let's. Sometimes I get the personality shot first, just to break the ice, just to make people feel comfortable. That's something that's a little trick you can keep. Wolf Jefferson. Good looking out on the super chat, bro. Good looking out on highlighting the screen. He said, thank you. This is how I pay for production. Hope you like my design. Werewolf Nights pays everyone. Hey, man, I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. That's what's up. Let me see. So the softbox will be used for interviews. Yeah, softboxes, listen, the bigger the softbox, the better. The bigger you can get it, the closer you can get it to your subject, the better. That's always the case. Small softboxes far away is a flashlight. You want to get it big as possible. I usually buy, I'll tell you another trick if you don't got a softbox. Let me see if I can find it on Amazon. Because I'm sure you all got these bad boys. I'm going to show you a trick. Because I promise you got one at the house. And you're probably not even using it right now. You're probably not using it for what it's for. So let me switch to this real quick. Because I want to show you something. If you have a reflector, right? If you have a 5-in-1 reflector like here, right? When you take the skin off that reflector, you do realize that this white piece is a silk. If you put this on a stand and hold it up and put a light behind it, it becomes a really good diffuser and creates a really soft light. I'm sure a lot of you got these things that pop out and you can just use it as a diffuser. This part right here, the white part right here. Now I use them a lot when I'm out in the sun and I put it over people. I put it over people's head so that the sunlight is diffused and they're in the shadow, they're in the shade, creates very beautiful images. Just enough to cover them up. Where it's shade and the sunlight is soft, you get rid of all those shadows on the face. I'm sure a lot of you have those and you're probably not using them right. You're probably not using them right. Oh snap, another super chat. Michael, moving to add videography to photography to make it a media company brand. I have an EOS R lights, but what do I do for audio? What do I need to start with? Go get the H4n. Go get the Zoom H4n. I think there's a new version out. Get something that offers XLR ports. That's your best bet when it comes to audio. Plus, let's say you go out and you shoot a conference, right? I like doing that because I can take it away from my camera. I can set my camera to record regular audio. And then with this H4n, I can plug it into the stage microphones. So I can capture the stage microphones directly from the soundboard, and then I'll sync it in post later. So I like the H4n. It is a battery hungry beast, but it's my favorite. If you gotta have one piece of audio equipment to go with your camera, you would get that and some lav mics, or depending on what you're shooting. That's why people go out. See, another thing is a lot of guys are buying tons of equipment, right? But if you know what your niche is, you ain't gotta buy tons of equipment. You may not need a 70-200. You may need a bunch of wide angle lenses if you're doing real estate. If you're taking pictures of trucks, if you're doing car interiors, you need a wide angle lens. So once you get your niche down, you can really determine what gear you need instead of buying everything just in case. It makes this game a whole lot easier. It's a whole lot easier to succeed when you know what you need to be doing, like when you know where you're going. Think of it as like a car. If I know I'm driving through the desert, a Corvette is going to do me no good. I need a 4-wheel drive vehicle. I need canisters of extra gas. I need probably more water. I probably need to carry more, right? It's a lot easier than driving a Corvette just flying in one direction and you don't know the terrain in the future. You haven't decided which way you're going to go. You got to make that determination early. That's why niche is the most important thing you need to do before you even pick a name for your company. You need to know what you're shooting. Good question, Michael. Let's see. Zach says, I'm advertising and I've touched my portfolio up, but I'm struggling with client pandemic bringing in clients. I live in a small town. What would you suggest I do to weather the situation? Again, depending on what city you are in and what's big as far as niches in that area. But right now, the idea of recovering from this, or the companies that have to stay open. There's companies that have to stay open, right? What can you do? What kind of solution can you offer those companies? Maybe those companies maybe they can put out short videos about, doctors' offices can put out short videos about the virus and what people can do to help prevent the spread of it, or what they're doing to stay clean. Maybe they can put something out like that. So those are the people I would go after. tweak your portfolio to add a few more doctor's offices. There are companies in your area that cannot close. I had a plumber today. Plumbers, what are they gonna do? People, you stuck in your house, plumber, you have a pipe burst, somebody gotta come fix it, right? It is what it is. Plumbers need to still advertise the fact that they're doing a lot not to spread the coronavirus. So maybe we can create some content for them to show what they're doing to combat this while fixing your pipes, because they can't stop. There's a lot of service-based companies that just can't stop right now. That's what you should be focusing on. That's what you should be focusing on. Let's see. Mr. Artesian say, do I offer mentorship sessions? Yes. On Flash Film Academy, you can schedule consultations and we can do one-on-one. If you go to flashfilmacademy.com. Matrix Photo Design, my guy. He says, I'm looking to create a home studio for product and headshot photography. Should I get people to come to me or should I go to them? Headshots, you should go to them. Products, what I usually do for products when I was doing a lot of products is I would go to them, I would negotiate everything, I would pick up the product, take it back to my studio and take pictures of it. And then I would drop it back off or I'd have them mail it to me. I don't want a lot of people at my house. I just don't, just for safety purposes. I don't want that smoke. They don't want that smoke. And I don't want that. Nope. I would say go to them. And you can get portable product photography boxes if you got a van that you can go out and set up. And that makes you more convenient. That's a leg up on your competitor that's saying, come into my studio. Hey, I can come to your place in your break room, do your headshots and your product photography and provide better quality than whoever else you're thinking about. So that's definitely how I would do that. What lenses would I buy for food photography if I have the Canon 60D, Rashad asks? It depends what type of food you're shooting. You could be shooting food where you need macro lenses. You want to get up close. You could be shooting salads where you can get back a little bit. Start with the 50mm, but you want to also look at macro. You're going to probably need some macro glass. So that's something to keep in mind. Dwayne, good looking out on the super chat, bro. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Shot real estate videos for a friend yesterday. Her colleague wants the same love and will pay after. I'm in San Francisco, California. Did I get free one for my real thoughts? Charge your friend. Unless you want to build your reel, charge your friend. Even when you do something for free, you better give them a receipt that says this is normally this price, but you got it on discount because it is. Go through the whole sales process when you do something for free. Don't just get the pictures. You're robbing yourself. You need to get more out of the deal. They need to come to your website. They need to fill out the paperwork. You need to go through the whole process of what they will be as a customer if they actually did it. Because just giving them pictures and showing up, you're robbing yourself from the experience you need to be consistent. Don't rob yourself. Even if you do the second one for free, make them go through the complete process. Because think about it like this. It's another tip. Here go another tip. Y'all got your pens and paper ready? Here you go. Write this down. If I shoot for you for free from my portfolio, right? And on the receipt, it's $3,000, but I eat the cost for a portfolio. When it's time to talk taxes, I just invested $3,000 in myself. So that goes towards your tax write-off. Something to think about. Especially if I got somebody with me, that's training. I'm spending money on the business. That's a tax write-off. Me driving my gas to that location, that's a tax write-off. Those are things you got to think about. Back to basics, say, do you think you can hit on the topic of having an LLC as a content creator and all of the dealings when it comes to taxes? I can't get into all of the dealings when it comes to taxes because it's different per location, state, country, county, continent. LLC is definitely the way you want to go if you're in America or wherever you are in the world. You want to make sure your business is separate from your personal finances, your personal liability, your personal social security number, VAT number, whatever number you have in your country that represents you and your line of credit in your life, you want to make sure you start a business that's completely separate from it. Because if somebody come in your shoot and an old lady trip on a cable and break her hip, you don't want her coming to you. You don't want them suing you personally and they're pulling the ring off your wife's finger because you owe money. You want them to show up and only take what's in the company's name. It could be a lot, it could be a little, but if you file bankruptcy, if you have to get from up under that situation, it's much better to do it as a business than as your personal stuff, because they're going to take everything you love. You got a kid in college you're paying for, or you got a car, they're taking everything. So that's what you want to make sure of. Matrix. Good looking out. Another super chat, bro. I like you. Would I charge different for a rate on site? Nope. Because look at it, I'm saving money by not having the overhead of a location. And being on site, it shows value, right? It offers value. I'm already expensive. I'm already reassuringly expensive. I'm not going to charge you more. Now, if there's some super piece of tech gear that I need to bring to accomplish this, because you have a huge product and I need to bring 8 softboxes, something like that, yes. But in general, to be there, no. Comcast don't charge you to come out and install cable or fix cable. They just don't charge you for that because it's already built into the price. Macro are the best for food, yes. I live in New Orleans. I haven't determined my niche yet. You got to do niche first. Got to do that, man. I want a second prime lens for portraits. I have an 85 1.8. What would you suggest? How many photos each niche should you put on your website? Okay, 85. You looking to do more portraits? Can't go wrong with a 50. Can't go wrong with a 100. Either or. 85 is a good place to be if you're doing portraits. How many pictures should you put on your website? Depends on your niche, right? If you got 3 niches that are similar, then yeah, but I usually put no more than 12. And okay, so my site has grown to the point where I have multiple niches because I've built it from one and I've added more over time, right? So I have more photos. You should have 8 to 12. 9 to 12, I'm sorry. You should have 9 to 12 photos max. People don't, if people need to see 100 examples of what you do, your website and your demo reel is not doing its job. Period. When Coca-Cola spent a lot of money on a commercial, so all they got to do is show you the logo. McDonald's spent a lot of money on commercials, so all you got to do is see that arch in the air and you want to go. They spend money on commercials, so when you ride past McDonald's, your kids lose their mind, and all they showing is that arch. They thinking about Happy Meals and cheeseburgers and nuggets, and it's all because of their commercials. It's all because kids are sitting there and Ronald McDonald's on like, you want chicken nuggets, blah, blah, blah. That's why your demo reel is important. Because once they ride by and they see that old McDonald's arch, it can be on the freeway. Your kid's like, exit 28, Dad. Like, dang, man. So trust me, that's why I preached that demo reel. Some of y'all got it. Some of y'all get it. That's your commercial. You can't sell commercials if your commercial trash. If you got a trash commercial, it's really hard you can sell, it's really hard to sell. You're going to get lowballed and done all kind of ways if your commercial ain't on point. Especially you are content creators, y'all. Y'all creating content for businesses. You're not touching my content if your content trash. It ain't nothing to talk about. And if you do, if you have convinced me to try you, I'm gonna lowball you. I'm gonna pay you something that I'm not hurting if you mess up. That's how companies are looking at you like, I don't know. You saying it's 3,000, I look at your video, I can give you 250 and we can see how it come out. And you start hearing them say, well, maybe in the future we'll do more. That's when you start, if you ever had a client talk about the future, like, well, maybe if this go well, we'll do this. That means they don't trust you. They just want to see if it's work out. They don't trust you. Anytime clients start talking that future crap, that means you don't trust me. And I haven't given you enough proof as to who I am. Give you an example, right? Marvel, when Marvel dropped Guardians of the Galaxy, I didn't know nothing about Guardians of the Galaxies, right? I never heard of them. But because it was Marvel, and Marvel gave me 20 movies that was dope before, I went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy. Loved it. Right? That's how it is. That's how important it is for you to build rapport and show proof with your website and your demo reel. That's why that's so important. If you were a big fan of, if you listen to rap and you're a big fan of No Limit back in the day, right? It didn't matter. When you open that case and they show you all the albums coming, it didn't matter who was that. I didn't know half them rappers, but I was buying all of that. I was buying everything. They sold you because they gave you great content. Let me ask you some more questions. Let's see. See what we got. Do I think that using a single light setup, an AD200 with a 36-inch wide box is significant for a headshot? If you're doing a dramatic headshot, yes. If you're doing a corporate headshot, no. If you're doing something dramatic, something for fun, maybe senior shots, that works. Corporate headshots, no. You need a 3-point lighting setup. Definitely. Uh-oh, we got my boy Fun Film in the room. He said, I'm kind of by myself. What kind of help for hire should I look for? You can either look for people who are good at doing this that you're going to pay for, or people that's trying to do it that you can pay a little less for. Depending on, like for me, I'm not taking new guys to a big shoot. Nope, not doing it. I got to deliver a product. I'm not going to put my best people in the Super Bowl. I mean, my rookies in the Super Bowl. Nope. You can play during the regular season, but unless you're a beast, unless you're a first-round draft pick, I'm not putting you in the game during the Super Bowl. That's just me. I cannot have you fumble on the 1-yard line in the Super Bowl. My bad if I'm missing some questions. I'm trying to get to them as best as I can. Let's see. I just found out I was streaming film. Creative Vision says this is a great point. What I've learned from you and almost every other person I know is niche is everything. Can save a lot of money from gear, from marketing. You can save a lot of time. You can save a lot of time in life when you know what you want to do. There's a book that's called That One Thing. I think it's in the description. If not, I'll add it. It talks about how to focus on one thing. We are not as great as we can be because we're everywhere, right? What's great about the greats, the Jordans, the LeBrons, the Michael Jackson, the Tysons, everybody that's been deemed as great, all the GOATs, the legends, their ability to focus is what made them great. Their ability to say, this one thing is what I'm going to put my everything into, and I'm going to be a beast at it, right? Let me give you an example. When you look at artists all the artists that are really great are really weird. Why? Because they devoted so much of their brain power to being an artist that they can barely hold a conversation. It's usually like that with like sports stars too. But with artists, if you put look at the legends, the Stevie Wonders, the Michael Jacksons, they devote so much brain power. They devote an abnormal amount of brain power to their skill that they're weird when you try to have a conversation with them. That's you have to focus on that one thing, even if it makes you weird. A great book that talks about that is Being Obsessed or Average, by Grant Cardone. Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone is a really good book. He took a drug addiction and applied it to sales, and people thought he was crazy. People thought he was weird. All he wanted to do was talk about sales, and now he's buying Learjets, and they still walking. That's how I am about this. I love it. That's why I come on live and I can talk every day, because I can't get videos out fast enough. But live is live. All right, let's get down to it. Michael, good looking out on the super chat. Somebody said I got him thinking about Happy Meals. Yeah, man, me too. Gonna put them contracts to use. Check the tech. Yeah, man, you got to put the contracts to use. I got contracts that talk about licensing. I got more contracts coming. But the contract pack covers you for all of that. I got a video coming out that talks about some of that. I just recorded a lot of videos. What should I look for in a copywriter for my demo reel? So I like to use, Michael, I like to use Fiverr. It's rough. I like to have an idea in place. I don't let people just freestyle on my idea. I give them something and tell them to make it better, right? Depending on what country you are, find a writer that's in that country, right? Because they may understand English, but they may not understand it in the way you do it in your language, in your country or your area, right? Try to find someone that gets it, because the way you use words may be different than somebody else. I'm from up north. We call all sodas pop. Down south, they call them sodas or Cokes or whatever. That's just, but if you got copy that says soda and you're in an area that roll with pop, you're going to look real funny. Or it may be something that just throw the person off subconsciously about your brand. And they're like, I don't know about you. I don't know what it is, but I don't know about you. You do not want to, you want to pull them in. You don't want to give them any reason to hesitate. And a little word like that can throw them off. Uh-oh, we got a new member. I'm going to get to you in 1 second, Matrix. We got Andres Perez. I like that name. Andres Perez. I bet you get all the women with that name. As stated before, everybody who joins the membership site, I will announce your status. And Andres Perez is now a silver member of Flash Film Academy. Thank you for your support, brother. Thank you for your support. Let's see. Cruz says, I just started doing music videos for local artists in New York, currently using the T5i with a kit lens and a Gorilla Pod. I have a hard time gauging my price because of my limited equipment. Okay, you're in New York. It's going to be rough, bro. I'm just going to be real with you. However, you can start. You're going to have to show that you can do, your reel really got to be dope, because you got to show that you can do a lot with less to compete at a big price, right? You may have to crawl before you walk. If that's the gear you got. And anytime you're in a big city, New York, LA, it's hard shooting videos in LA without a red or something, or a big, huge kit, a big $20,000 camera. So you have to have a reel that make people say, I don't give a damn what he shot it on. I want this guy. That means you got to go above and beyond on that reel. You got to do it. Matrix, good looking out again, bro. Is it better to give clients a price list or a quote? I give both. I give a quote with a price list attached, so that if they want to add or subtract something, they know what it is, and it's not a guessing game. They don't feel like I am gauging them to see if they got money. My prices are my price. You need to set that up. Don't eyeball it, because it makes you look shady. And you'll lose people if they don't understand why they're paying what they're paying. They'll lose people. You'll lose people. Dwayne, good looking out on the super chat as well. Should I pay or have my Squarespace done or do it myself? I want to do a free reel because I used to pay my son or buddy $100 to help. Listen, Squarespace is super cheap to pay somebody to design it. I like Squarespace. Get a Squarespace page, go to Fiverr, find somebody that designed it for you. You'll pay $20, $30. I mean, you can do it yourself because it's mostly template based. But the design ain't hard. The copy is hard. Knowing what to say is hard. If you got all the copy, you can go plug into a template they got right now and you can look like $1 million. Definitely. What is the most important clause in a contract? Ali asks. That depends. That really depends, because it depends on the contract. If I'm doing video, it's going to be a completely different clause than if I was doing bringing on a second shooter. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have so many different contracts, right? People are like, well, why didn't you just create one contract for wedding photography and one contract and use that same one for wedding videography? You're like, why didn't you? Because it don't cover the same stuff. It don't cover the same stuff, right? A wedding videographer won't have limited footage because the church don't allow flashes, whereas a photographer would. So it's important that the photographer contract states to the bride and groom that, hey, it's your job to make sure that your venue allows what you're asking for. Because if I show up and it don't, your images are going to be different than what I promised, and you can't sue me for that. You can't sue me for that. So it's important that you do your work. You know what I'm saying? So it may be the same for video. It may be something different for video. I've shot at venues that just did weird stuff. There was a lot of candles and stuff all around. I don't know if I want all that around my camera, and I got 2 cameras sitting up and wax fall. Like, I need to know that stuff. Those are things that are important. If I'm flying a drone at your wedding and y'all letting off firearms into the air, as a drone wedding videographer, I need to know that information. As a photographer, it's important, but not as important. So that's why we created multiple contracts with real clauses that real people use, and not the paperweights that you find on websites that just want to get your attention, that just want to bring you in to get ad revenue. That's why that's important. That's why that is important. Fun Film says, I get it. I know from other teachings that you should hire people that know more than you. If possible, yes. Yes. I thought you was about to say, should you hire people you know? Don't hire people you know. You can, I mean, sometimes you can. You know who you can work with and who you can't. There's a lot of people, I'm straight. I'm straight. Let's see. My watch going off because NFL free agency is going crazy. So ISF Productions say, I got my Blackmagic 4K coming tomorrow because of your bragging about it. I'm going to sell my 2 GH5s and buy another one. Bro, you will not be satisfied. That Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera is nasty. Kirk Elmore say Prince too. You're right. Prince was such a genius that he was weird, but he was so good at what he did. You put a mic in his face, he's just like, ah. And you looking at him like, what? Okay. Just cue the band and get back to singing. Good looking out, Kirk Elmore. That's my guy, by the way. Let's see. Matrix, yeah, you're a gold member. You're definitely a gold member. Matrix, I didn't see it pop up. If it popped up, I'll announce it. Ivan McGee say, what up, Ty? What up, Ivan? I made the super chat so you can read my long message below. We love to hear you. Hold up, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find you. Okay, hear me out, Ty. Funeral videography. Pause. Before I even read it, I've already said that's a great idea. And I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to get into you now. Funeral videography is an untapped jewel right now. Okay. My uncle passed away, and although I didn't record his actual services, I did record testimonials and interviews of family telling cool stories and goodbye messages. And I'm editing it to some sweet music. How would you even advertise this, though? I need some of your genius because I'm getting into it. Oh, buddy, let's talk about that. Okay. I recently lost my father to cancer about 2 years ago. I filmed I was about to say wedding. I filmed the funeral because I wanted my kids to see it as they grew older. That's just me. Weird, whatever. However, with video streaming, with funerals, I would do video streaming because there's people who can't make funerals. They can't make funerals. However, they can probably stream it from their desk because they want to see the funeral. They want to see who speak. They probably want to see a picture of the body in the casket to see if the makeup and all of that was good. It sounds gross, but let's be real. If you put an angle that was directly over the casket and you could see it, people would click on it and see it. It is what it is. I would go after funeral homes and try to offer it as a package. A lot of funeral homes are starting to do this already. As crazy, weird, gross, whatever you want to say about funerals and streaming funerals, if you don't have to pay for a plane ticket or you can't pay for a plane ticket and you can stream it, that's the way to go. I would stream it, if possible, from the deceased family member's Facebook page. That would be super dope, but then you got to go through all the stuff of getting access to their Facebook page. But it is definitely a great idea. We're moving into an era where you probably, like right now, if somebody died right now, you can't catch a flight to where they are. However, if it was a stream, you can watch it at home or go back and watch it. So it's something you can definitely do. Funerals is a big untapped market that people are afraid to even think about, but I would go to funeral homes and I would set something up where I'm streaming and it's a part of the package. So all you guys that are scared to do it, you leaving money on the table or on the casket or however you want to do it. Michael Migos, I got you. Michael Migos. Am I saying that right? I maybe might be saying that right. I'm just going to say Michael is a gold member. All my gold members, everybody who joined, I'm telling you, if it pop up that you join, you click the join now button, I'm going to announce it. 2 jobs postponed this week because of the virus. How do we make sure that doesn't turn into cancellations? By making sure that your contract states that it is a non-refundable retainer and not a deposit. If you have bought the contract pack, oh, it's coming soon. The contract pack now comes with 23 contracts. It will be up to 25. If you've already bought the contract pack, you will get it for free. If you hadn't, there is a little code, not here, but there's a code here to get you 30% off. And if you are a member of Flash Film Academy, the YouTube side of things, you get a little something special. So how to find lawyers that can create a contract specifically for videos, for your video work. I wish it was that easy. I'm going to be honest with you. What I did was I got a poll and contacted as many people in the industry as possible, from Facebook groups to Reddit groups. And I asked people what bugs you the most about this specific industry, about weddings and what have you been sued on and things like that. And what I did was I got that information for each one, and I went to a lawyer and I spent a ton of money to get them created for resale purposes. So the contracts that I have in the contract pack will have clauses that you won't see other places. For instance, I had somebody get sued because there was a wedding photographer and they were getting the first kiss. And guess what? Grandma decided she wanted to take a picture of the first kiss with her big ass 15-inch iPad Pro and then blocked the photographer. And the photographer got a picture of the first kiss through the iPad, and the couple was not happy about that. They tried to sue him for that, and he took some damages. But what he should have had was a clause in his contract to state that it is the bridal party's job to make sure that family members don't have big phablets and tablets holding them up. In fact, they shouldn't be using any type of photography, especially holding them up in the air. Now, if you can get it down below, that's you, but you got to notify family members not to do that. If you don't have that in your contract, that could fall on you. Real talk, real talk. Great question by Christopher. Says, when shooting anything with a talking head, should you shoot that first, then after capture B-roll? If so, can you talk about the process? Good question, Christopher. I always shoot talking head first because I take note of what they talk about so that I can go get B-roll to support it. I'd never do B-roll first. Plus, I like to get people out of the way first, right? Usually when you do talking head, you may got 2 or 3 people or one person and they're nervous, and they'll really get nervous if they're sitting around watching you capture B-roll waiting for them. They're just nervous. I get talking head done first and take notes when they're talking, because they're going to talk about something that you may not think to cover with B-roll, and you're going to probably need it. I've had people talk about stuff that was on their desk. I take notes, okay. I had people talk about all kind of stuff. Maybe their tie or just something. I got this tie for my wife and I like it because it reminds me when I won an award back in '87. I'm taking notes to get a shot of the award, get a shot of the tie, maybe a shot of the picture of his wife on the desk. Now I have more B-roll to go after and not a set amount in my head. That's a great question. A good tagline would be, we put fun in funerals. That's a way to get your niche immediately. Hey, Fun Films is my guy, man. Yeah, you could say that. Funerals in 4K. See every scratch, see every bullet hole in 4K. That's kind of bold, but you get it. My business name is InfoLife Media. What do you think that represents? From first read to the name, so I changed it, fit corporate communication. InfoLife Media makes sense if you're going after like IT, if you're going after companies that specialize in information. That would definitely make sense. Let's see, should I change it to fit? Because you're asking, should you change it to fit corporate video, corporate branding? InfoLife Media, to me, it talks more to who your ideal client is, right? If you're in the area in Silicon Valley, something like that, if you're going after that type of clients, then yes, it's perfect. Leaving money on the casket. You definitely want to leave money on the casket. Media, multimedia. Can your contract pack be used anywhere in the US? I'm in New York City. Yes. It's super, listen, now there are some things I tell people all the time. There's no way to make one contract to fit every single county, country, state, continent. If you're in the US, it's going to be super, 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 super solid. If you want to run it by a paralegal, everybody that I've had run by their lawyer was like A1 good to go. But that is the only disclaimer that you got to be real about. I can't write something here that's going to be 1,000% where you are. It may be 99.9%, but just to make sure, it's a lot cheaper to run it by a paralegal that's charging you $20 than it is to go to a lawyer and saying, write me up a contract that's going to cost you $2,000. But things change in different counties, right? In countries, counties, cities, things change. But for the most part, you should be good. They were written with the idea to be moved around federally. 4K bullet holes. Hey, man, got to do what you got to do. A .com trend tends to be more expensive. What's the alternative to, do you recommend what domain website? I like to use GoPro. I like to use GoDaddy. .coms are just .coms. If you tell somebody to go to your website, if you say, it's media, they just gonna think .com. So I usually go with the .com. It is what it is. It's just what I like to do. Do you think targeting startup companies can be profitable? Nope, because they broke. It can be profitable long term. There is a video production company, a few now. So listen to this. Listen to this. This is the new thing. There are video production companies that target startups, not just for money, but for a percentage in the company. They'll shoot videos for a company that they think is going to do well for a percentage in the company. And there was a company I followed that did very well. I think they started with SquarePay. I think Carvana. It's kind of like the company you buy cars from. It's like a vending machine or they deliver it to your house. They started with a few startups like that, and they got 10% just to cover all of their video. And then the company blow up to be worth 800 million, and then they sell their 10% and make 80 million. So if you're in an area where there's a lot of startups and there is a, startups are like like I say real startups, but startups that are like tech companies, healthcare companies that are going from zero to being worth 100 million in 3-4 years. Yeah, give me a percentage. I'll take a percentage any day, but I'm not taking a percentage of my homeboy fish fry stand. It's not a good look. You need to be able to evaluate that decision to see if it makes sense for you. Definitely. Los Angeles. He said, after the world get better, do you have any plans to travel and vlog more of your day life, like vlogging before, during, and after shoots you may do? Shot by Jay, yes. I actually have a vlog that's on the member section. So if you are a member of the YouTube channel, there is a vlog that I posted about a headshot, some headshots I did for a big furniture company, Haverty's, that's in the area. If you're a member, you will have access to that video and a lot more vlog stuff. I may put 1 or 2 things down in the regular channel because vlogs are just hard to grow the channel with. But if you're a member side, I'm going to be adding a whole lot more raw video, whole lot more raw stuff. Should you use LLC in your domain? Heck no. No way. I wouldn't. For what? I wouldn't do that. I don't think that's a good look. I mean, some people do it. I don't like it. It's more letters to type in for what? Your domain needs to be as short as possible. So you want something quick. How do you become a member? You hit the join now button at the bottom right. If you don't have the join now button, if you go to our YouTube channel, which is Flash Film Academy, you'll see a join button to become a member. In fact, we just had a member pop on. I'm gonna get to you in 1 second, Jason. I'm gonna get to you in 1 second. But Sammy is our newest gold member. Thank you for joining the fraternity. All right, let me go back up to Jason. Jason Matthews, super chat. Hey, I appreciate you. Y'all don't understand how much I love doing this, right? The biggest thing you can get back from doing this is people saying, I appreciate you enough to be like, here go a few dollars, or hey, I show up to on my busy night to hear what you got to say. So I want to tell y'all I appreciate it. I love y'all, man. This is fun. I can do this all. I can talk to y'all. Y'all like family to me. Some of y'all names popping up, and I'm seeing y'all over and over again, and I enjoy it. I think last chat, me and Fun Film, we talked for a long time. He was mad because his wife wanted him to come to bed, and he was listening to me on YouTube. Okay. John Hunter Matthews, thoughts on joining the Chamber of Commerce. Also thought on becoming a certified minority business to increase appeal to government and corporate clients. Chamber of Commerce, I got mixed feelings on that, right? I don't believe in giving anybody money to legitimize what I do in a situation where anybody else can be legitimized by just giving money. Does that make sense? Chamber of Commerce is a good place to network, right? But it's difficult to, it's usually two type of businesses in Chamber of Commerce, right? Really, 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 really big companies in the area that want to give back, and really, 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 really broke companies in the area that want to look big. There's usually the middle guy who got the budget for what I do is not there. Then you got to think about your niche. If your niche catered to them guys, yes, don't join it just for the badge on your website. Nobody will care. That's my personal opinion. I get approached by them cats all the time. I've shot a lot of like interviews and things like with the mayor in multiple cities in this area. And you'll get Chamber of Commerce guys there, and I'll be like, y'all not getting me, bro. You know. Becoming a minority business in the area to appeal to government and corporate clients. I wish I can tell you it's going to help. It's not really going to help. Not unless you're going to apply for a government, like if you're teamed with some other companies to get a government contract. But even when you get the government contract and you list information about your business, you have to put down there that you are a minority business owner. Other than that, I can't promise you that it's going to be beneficial unless you're in a really small town. If you're in a small city, those things will help. If you're in a major city, save your money. Put that into marketing. Because once you decide on your niche and you are the subject matter expert, bro, it won't matter what sticker you got on the bottom of it. As long as you don't got bad reviews, you're good. So I wouldn't even focus on that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't. Flying Ryan, why they got your comment blocked right here, Flying Ryan? I thought about it. I forgot to put on my website, on my card, but I don't know if you're talking about a QR code or adding .com. Oh, yeah. Yeah, .com is a no-brainer. .com is a no-brainer. How much is the membership? .50/50, there's 3 different levels. There's 3 different levels. If you go to join, it's 3 different levels. A Shot by Jay. I can't wait to announce it. Let me know when to announce it. Michael, thank you for keeping my eyes on Front Battle. I was about to buy the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera when I needed to put resources to get my website and brand dope. I had 2/3 equipment already. Listen, equipment is a nice to have. It's so, listen, you know why so many people that got cameras that ain't making money? Because they think it's about the equipment. It ain't got nothing to do with the equipment, bro. You can go get a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema, the original $500 one, the original HD one, and you can take over the world. If you got a 60D, a 70D, a 6D, a 5D Mark II, a T2i, if you got a DSLR that takes a SD card that shoots in HD 1080p, you can take over the globe. Invest in your business, invest in your lighting, get you a 50 millimeter, get you a good mic, learn how to edit. You are in the game, coach. Or not coach, but player, you are in the game. It's people who have a ton of gear that don't look at marketing their websites. I know a lot of producers that produce music that got a ton of gear, $10,000 and $20,000 worth of gear, but have not taken one piano lesson or one lesson on learning how to play music. And they sit here flicking all these knobs and cutting all this crap on. And as soon as they play us some stuff, I'm like, what is that? No wonder you ain't doing nothing. You got all the gear, but you ain't investing in this. This is the best piece of equipment you own right now. This. What you decide to do with this will determine where you go. Every single person on the planet can buy a camera. That doesn't make you different. Everybody there, you will never have a camera nobody else got. I see people showing up with old stuff, trying to be unique. Like, yeah, I'm shooting this with the VHS, the RCA VHS, so I can get the look of, oh, like, that's stupid. This is what you need to be successful. You should put your first money into that. That's going to make or break you. Your ability to use this tool right here is going to determine how much money you make, what you're worth, everything. That. Stop trying to be lazy up here and overcompensate with gear. A lot of people do that. They don't want to think. They just want more gear. I don't really want to get my hands dirty. I don't want to learn the difference between 3200 degree light Kelvin and 5600 degree light Kelvin. I don't want to learn all of that. Let me just buy a better camera. Doesn't work like that. You got to get your hands dirty and you got to work this out. Got to. If you didn't add media or video to the LLC, do you need to? Nope. Your LLC can be for, like I can get an LLC on just Flash Film. It can be Flash Film LLC, and then I can have subsidiary. I can't even talk. I can have lower parts of the company. I can't even talk right now. Fun Film says, a couple more super chats and Todd's going to have the C500. It's going to take a whole lot of super chats for me to even get there. I wish. Should I start with DaVinci Resolve or Final Cut? Dwayne, if you've never touched a video editing application, you've never touched it, and you got to pick one, I'm going to say DaVinci Resolve. I love Final Cut Pro and I use it daily, but DaVinci Resolve is just the future. Let's see. Matrix. I know that guy. He says, should you put, looking out on the super chat, let me say that before I can get started. Should you put prices on your websites? Nope. But I would put packages. I would create a sale and put a package. I was doing $1,500 testimonials for a short time. That's a package to get you in the door. I wouldn't put prices up there. Some people do, some people don't. I don't know how to pronounce your name, 3LAAO, I'm assuming. Corporate training, social media content, branding videos. Are those narrow enough niches for corporate work? Nope. You need to cut one more layer deep. What kind of corporate training? Restaurants? Medical? What kind of corporate training? Because if I got a restaurant and I want to teach people recipes, I want to see a lot of footage of that. If your training videos is training people how to ride horses, that doesn't help me. You know what I'm saying? It makes it harder for me to make that decision. But if I go to your website and all I see is pepperonis and I see all of that, yeah, you're the guy for me. That makes your life easier. And now you can talk that talk. Now you can go into a restaurant and you know about, OSHA and all of the stuff that restaurants have to abide by to stay clean, or you know about city regulations and you know about this. You can talk about it. It makes you seem like you're the guy because you can talk about it. If you're training everybody everywhere, you just like, yeah, we're here to do some training. We're here to do your training videos. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing videos on training pilots, you can go talk pilot talk all day long. So narrow that niche down to be specific. Trust me, you'll get other training videos. It'll come. Don't focus on it. Focus on specifically because I guarantee you it's a million restaurants in your area. That's what you want to focus on. Michael said, yeah, facts. I spend money for little ROI. Don't get caught up in this equipment crap. Don't get caught up. Somebody say he tried to join, but I don't think the membership is locked by region. I don't see why I would. Somebody said I got a plastic cards and made 1,000 of them. I got a regular paper card. It's just a thick paper card with a red cut. Somebody said I feel good about investing myself. I bought 2 courses on lighting and cinematic video on promo, and I'm about to start one once my camera arrives. Next on the list is invest in your. I'm telling you, that's gonna be Your life will change when you start to go here. You can buy, I can send a red to your house right now, right? It will sit in that box and not make you no money. I can show you how to build a website and you will make money building websites. And that $50,000 red will be sitting there in that box in the corner. It ain't gonna bring no money in. But times like this, if you know how to build a website, you can be sitting on your computer while everybody's at home in quarantine, hooking up some stuff. Right now, if you're a content creator, you can be reaching out to companies, coming up with plans and shot lists, and doing different things so that when it's time to shoot, y'all ready to go. You can be coming up with ideas of how the company can bounce back. Hey, 4th of July coming up. These are the holidays coming up. Here go the video ideas I have for your brand for these days. Cool. Let's get ready to shoot as soon as we free. Let's see. Shooting a Sony A7R IV for properties at $500K. 2-story fabric. So he's talking about the properties. What lighting would I suggest for real estate videography? Is rough. Real estate videography videos when it comes to lighting is rough because it depends if you're in a gimbal. Are you doing just doing photography? Are you doing videography? So it's a little rough with that. I like to have a lot of small lights when I do real estate photography because I like to highlight certain things. So I would have a house full of AD200s or mix those in with smaller Godoxes like the 585 that you can all sync together. That's what I would suggest. ST Photography said, I have a shooting with me price on my website, but no packages. That's fine. You can have a base price. You can have a price for your package could be your day rate. Hey, for one day, for 8 hours, we can film something up to, we can film this amount and edit this amount for one price. Now you want us to break that down and see what we can change and move, you got to request a quote. And for lights, Saucony or Godox? Godox all day. Nothing to even think about. The Saucony light, I love it, but the yoke is not the best. It's not a good yoke. Fun Films say, I guess from learning all of this, the niche really depends on what's big in your area, not as much as what you love to do the best if you want to make money. I disagree. It depends on what you love. You're not going to want to do, listen, there's certain stuff you don't want to do for money right now. Money will never be your motivation. I don't come on this chat to make $3 on the super chat, right? I'm here because I love to talk about this. I'm here because my friends is tired of hearing about it. I'm here because I can't call up my family members and talk cameras with them all day long. I love to do this. But I got 137 people that I can talk to about cameras and business all day long. That's what I love. This is my passion, right? The business side is what I love. I love the camera side too, but this is my passion. If I had to talk to you about Canon cameras all day and they paid me, I would be tired of talking about Canon cameras at some point because that's not my direct niche. Whereas the business side is. And being creative and getting paid from it and living a lifestyle where you love what you do. That's the part I love. Fun Film. I think I answered your question again, but hey, real quick, STP Photography, what gimbal do you recommend? That depends on your camera. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing. All right, Fun Film, do you know if I read this in the last video, but you, sir, he said, I don't know if you read this in the last video, but you, sir, are the new Blackmagic. I will take that. Hold up. Hey, Blackmagic, if you are a viewer in Australia, make sure you contact Blackmagic. I would love to be the like the model for Blackmagic. I don't know if I'm dark enough though. I got a tan a little bit, maybe. Hype film, wedding films. How to start, or how should I start and switch from wedding films to creating ads for automotive companies? One, you're gonna have to do a big branding switch. You can still be hyper films. You just made that when you want to take the wedding out. You got to build that you're going to have to walk in the door and build that portfolio and build that website to cater to them. You can't use nothing of your previous life of wedding photography. Nothing. That's definitely what you want to do. Mendez Multimedia said, I've been on live chats forever. You always say my name wrong. And I get it. I will change the name to Relaunch New York. Is it? Hold on. It's not. Is it Medina Z Multimedia? Medina Z Multimedia. Is that right? I call you Mendez. Menendez. I had a sergeant named Medina when I was in the Army. Maybe I got it right. I'll wait to hear back. It's a little bit of a delay, but I'll wait to hear back. For those that are asking about the membership, if you hit the join now button, you can join. You'll get all the behind the scenes, the raw stuff, and we'll have smaller Q&As, and we'll start to look over your work. The gold member Q&As, gold, silver member Q&As, we're going to start to evaluate your work. In fact, I've already put out the information so that you can submit that to me so we can get that started. Let's see. Even if it takes a few days. Honestly, okay, should I focus on building a website landing page today or a flyer to go tomorrow? I'm asking. I would build the website. The website is, you got to build the website. The website is the part of the company that works all the time. It keeps working. It works when you sleep. Grim membership depending on levels. If, on the join now button, it got like 3 different levels, so it'll tell you what to expect from each membership. Definitely. All right, let me take a look at one other thing. Let me get this off the screen because there was another question that was asked. Okay. DJ Johnny Quest, he says, what is your suggestion for payments? Do I think apps like PayPal, Cash App, etc. Lessens the brand perceived value when dealing with businesses, not people? Yes, I use Square because companies pay with credit cards, right? Most companies either do check or credit card. Check I'm fine with, though depending on the size of the check, you can probably have to wait before you get your money. Credit cards is cool because usually companies, executives have credit cards and they can make the payment. Don't got to go through payroll. Checks usually have to go through payroll, and it's T30, T60. It take time. T30 is a 30-day turnaround. T60 is a 60-day turnaround. I've had companies that do 6-month turnarounds from the time the video has been marked as completed. That's a pain in the buttocks. But yeah, I use Square Pay. That's my thing of choice. All right. Skyline STR, he's a member. He says, honest question, is it a good idea to add all of the contracts together into one super contract or just mix and match all of the video photography ones? Okay, so depending on what you do, I add them all together as one super contract. I use Prequalify, which there's a link in the description, where I can create it so that a client can see a lot of information from us. How we started, what is the process, what is the cost involved, what is our pricing list in case you want to add something, and then you'll have the contract and you can sign and agree to everything in one whop. I like Prequalify because it notifies me when my clients pull up that contract. It tells me what page they're on. I know when they're actively looking at it, and then I can call them and be like, yo, hey, I was just checking in on you when I know for sure they're looking at my contract. I was just saying if you got any questions. I sent the contract earlier. I don't know if you had a chance to take a look at it. I know they're looking at it. That helps me overcome any objections they have, and it helps me close the deal. Now, with Prequalify, you can see what they're doing, and you can put it all together, and they can sign one time and be done. Once they make that sign, once they sign it, and I got the copy to save for myself, then I use SquarePay to send the final invoice. Alexandria Walker is now a bronze member with Flash Film Academy. Welcome to the, I don't think it's a fraternity if it's a girl, sorority, right? Well, welcome to the club. Good looking out. Let's go. Let's see. Should I add March sales or merch sales store on my business website? Nope. Make it independent. Unless you, I mean, it depends on your brand. I mean, I would make it independent. Because you got to think about it. Clients really, like, I wouldn't sell Flash Film Academy, I'm sorry, Flash Film Media merch. My family members buy it. They love it, but I don't see why my clients would want to buy it. Okay. Maddie asks, what is my split between doing your niche because it's what you're interested in, what interests you, versus what makes you money? Listen, your niche, get the idea of the money out. It needs to be 100% what you love. You can monetize anything. You don't believe me? Somebody sold a rock in the 70s and called it a pet rock. You can monetize anything. There's people selling bags of dirt that are making millions of dollars. You can monetize anything. Monetizing things isn't hard. There's YouTube channels that got 1 million subscribers with ladies who eat crab legs. You can monetize anything. You want to monetize something you love, because it's going to be hard to get out of that bed and go do it if money is the only motivating factor. When your cousin call you and they're like, I'm stranded, I need your help, I got 2 flats, and you have sleep, you get out your bed because you love them, not because they're paying you. Love and your love for something will take you way further than money. I love this. I could be doing something else on a Wednesday night. I love talking to y'all. Like, it's fun to me. You know, I look forward to live chats. Like, seriously, I have fun on live chats. I have to make myself get off. I'm 1 hour and 40 minutes in, and I can do another 3 hours. But I know y'all got lives and y'all got stuff y'all trying to do. I love this. So if it was about money, it wouldn't happen. If the live chats, I don't have 1 million subscribers. I'm not making $100 or whatever. I'm not making money like that off a live chat. I am here because I love answering questions. I love helping people. That's my thing. So take money out of it. The money will come. Listen, one day my YouTube channel will have 1 billion subscribers and I'll probably be on a yacht streaming live. It may happen. I don't know. But I love doing this, so I'm going to keep doing it. Passion needs to drive it. Money cannot drive it. If you do it for money, you will burn out. I can almost guarantee you that. All my friends who created YouTube channels, worrying about how much money they gonna make, they don't have a YouTube channel right now. They burned out. Because people talk about this, they talk about that, they roast this video trash, blah, blah, blah. And they doing it for the money and they burn out. You gotta love it. Find a way to make money doing what you love. I promise you, you will love life. Do I fear that I could go too niche and I could lose interest in it because each project is so similar? Nope. Name your favorite restaurant. Name something you love to do. Name something that you could do every day. And tell me, do you get tired of it? Nope. Switch it up a little bit. Do I ever get tired of taking pictures? Nope, I don't. I love it. I'm always taking pictures. I'm always filming something. Most of my work, my clients don't even know I probably would have shot it for free. I just did this because I need to keep lights on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. You gotta love what you do. I rather absolutely love what I do and make $30,000 a year than make $90,000 a year and hate life. I've had jobs where I hated life, that balling, money just everywhere, and I hated life. It messed up my relationship. It messed up how I treated my kids. It messed up how I come home, my off time. I will never do that again. I worked hard to get paid to do what I love to do. I encourage you to do the same. Life is so much better when you're doing what you love. If you like animals, go do animal photography. You get to see a new dog every day. Period. So make sure you do what you love to do. Don't chase that dollar. Don't chase that dollar. I promise you, don't chase that dollar. Lucas say, he said, if I build a Death Star, if I build a Death Star and build a marketing agency and video businesses, he said, I invested in all of your stuff. Good looking out. It's all about love. My niches started off as corporate event photography, award ceremony style corporate event photography, testimonials, and business promo videos. So videos explaining who we are, not products, but videos explaining who we are as a brand. Those were my 3 niches that I started off with. Over time, the company grew. I can afford to spread around marketing dollars in 5 different places. I can afford to get booked for 3, 4 jobs at once because I had a team or have a team. So that's what I wanted to do. That's pretty much what I did in the military, right? I was out as a combat photographer in the Army. I covered a lot of events. That's corporate event. A lot of award ceremonies because everybody always getting awards in the military. They're getting little ribbons. So guess who got to cover that? I got to cover that. We created promo videos for different companies. When I say companies, I mean like Charlie Company, Delta Company. That's what I did. So I just took them and I just applied them to businesses and kept doing what I was doing. I loved it. Let's see. Matrix Photo. My guy. Matrix, I didn't even see you. Hold on, okay. Let me announce Matrix, because that's my guy. Like, Matrix really support the channel. Matrix is a gold member, a polished gold member. He's a full supporter. I'm trying to see the question, because it says, how do you win ad client to project? I don't fully understand that question, Matrix. Ask it again. I'm gonna look for your question, so you ain't gotta highlight it. But ask it again. Just Frugal Me, what up? Somebody say salute to you, sir, Blackmagic. Hey, my bad on messing the name up. Check the Tech. Check the Tech is now a certified silver member of Flash Film Academy. Let me answer that question, Matrix. Okay, I want to piggyback on Hype Films. He says, so once I switch and create a new page just for those automotive ads, what do you recommend? Going door to door to the automotive dealerships with my business card? Yes and no, right? Once you create your website that targets them, that speaks to their pain, and you create that demo reel. If you haven't created the demo reel, I will walk into a few high-end. Don't go to B-lots. Go talk to your Lamborghini dealerships. Go talk to the high-end cars. Create content for them for your demo reel for free. There's a course on Flash Film Academy called How to Get Paid to Shooting for Free, right? Go to those guys and build that portfolio. Find out what's hurting them. Because, listen, a lot of times I've dealt with dealerships. Pictures wasn't the issue. It was getting the pictures that uploaded into their system that was the issue. Like, they don't care about, like, they used to give me the keys to everything. That was the issue. So that's something that you want to keep in mind when you're doing that. Like, so go to high-end dealerships, build that portfolio. Then get on Facebook, and when you build that video portfolio, you target, make sure it go after anybody that works in a dealership. That's how you get them. And then you still can go door to door as well. The good thing about dealerships is you may find a street that got nothing but dealerships on it. I'll park at one end and tear that boy up. All of them. All right. Really quick, we have another member. Wait, did I forget one? A-Lock. I think I pronounced it wrong. Okay. We have A-Lock is a certified gold member. Hey, appreciate you guys for joining the community. Y'all members got some stuff coming. Sit tight. Matrix. Wait, let me go back because Matrix had a question. I want to make sure I answer it. He just said, thanks, man. Matrix, I need to get the question right. You says, how do you win client ad project, by the way? I need to get the question. Let me see if you posted the question. Let me look real quick before I do anything else. Okay. What do you do when a client adds a project but you haven't quoted them for service? When they added you to a project, I send them a price list. It's cool, I'll do it. But you got to know what you're paying for. They got deep pockets. They just go in there ordering off the menu. It's cool if they're going to pay. Let me make sure I'm right on that, Matrix. If I'm wrong, spit it out there again. Okay, let me go back and answer a few more questions. All right, Oscar says, I use Sprout Studio for my photography CRM to handle communications, billing, contract, gallery proof. I don't want to put all of that with one company. I just don't. If they got a server go down, I'm jacked. I've used Tave. I've used Honeybook. I like using Proposal and Square. I like to use those two. They cover everything for me. I just don't like tying that much up in one place. I had a bad experience with the CRM that I used, and I moved away from them, and we had to reinvent the wheel and come up with all our processes and everything. I just don't like that. I like where my form on my website is separate, but it has like integration for MailChimp, and then it goes to the next thing. I don't like having everything with one person. That's just me. I just don't. He said, I'm planning to do a series of mini documentaries for YouTube. I'm not sure whether to use my YouTube channel for it or create separate channels for it to keep it specific. I can't even talk. What would I do? Depending on what your other work is going to be. It depends on what your other work is going to be. If you're doing a lot of docuseries, keep it all in the same channel. Grow that channel, right? Think about like Discovery Channel. Like like they have a certain amount of things that fit on regular Discovery Channel, and then they got like Discovery Wild or Discovery. You know what I'm saying? I would try to keep everything in one place if you're going to do a lot of documentaries, and you want the channel to be known for. You want to be known for as a director or as a content creator. I would keep it all in the same place. Definitely. Tina Marie, thank you for taking the time to share all your knowledge when most are just quarantined and chilling. Tina, I appreciate your support. Make sure you don't quarantine and chill by yourself. Make sure you got somebody to quarantine and chill with. Definitely. Don't quarantine by yourself. All right. Jacob Bradford says, thanks for the content, Ty. Could you talk about my experience in the military? How you get in, and would you recommend it to a young man? Did you learn a lot? I had fun in the military. I have nothing bad to say about the military. If you at a point in life, I went in late. I went in at like 28. I didn't go in at 18. I wish I would have went in at 18. If you at a point where you're stuck in life, go into the military. I'm going to tell you why. This is the only thing you got to know when you go into the military. Plan your life out. Because if you don't got it planned out, they're going to send you to do what they want you to do. But you can go to the military to learn Photoshop. You can be a Photoshop specialist in the military. People don't know that. You can just edit images in the military. I'm talking about you go to the range, you can shoot and blow stuff up every day just to come back to your office to edit images on Photoshop. No lie. But if you don't know what you're doing when you're going into the military, you're going to be doing whatever. You're going to be infantry because they're going to offer you a big signing bonus. And you like, yo, I'll take that 40 grand to go blow some stuff up and hopefully I'll make it. Nah, I'm not going to take a signing bonus. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to edit photos all day. I'm going to write articles all day. Now, don't get me wrong. You're still a soldier if you go Army. I can't speak about the other branches. If you go Army, you're still a soldier, but there's other things that you're going to do. Now, I like the Army. Of course, I'm an Army guy. I'm a rep Army. I respect all branches, but the thing about the Army is it's the biggest branch, and you get to choose your job and not pick from a set of jobs and then they pick it. Before you sign anything with the Army, and I'm not your recruiter, so I'm not recruiting you, you'll know what you are before you leave. I appreciate that from the Army. Go to the military, have fun, stay safe. Don't volunteer for nothing, nothing crazy, and have fun. The Army was fun. The Army was a lot of fun. If you are a young man and you got to use it more than it use you. That's it. Don't go in there like, I don't know what that sounds cool, because they're going to tell you, you could be a healthcare specialist and you can help people and you're a combat medic. You should have did some research. Now you're on the front line with this huge turtle backpack on and your target practice because healthcare specialists sounded fun to you. They almost got me like that. Are photo booths profitable, and how much is the average startup cost? Kevin asks, you know what? I am putting together a course on that soon. Photo booths are profitable. It is a saturated market, but there is a key to being profitable in photo booths, right? Again, some of the same stuff apply. A lot of people they don't know how to show value. They're just trying to be the cheap guy. But usually companies like photo booths, right? Companies love photo booths. And what's great about selling a photo booth to a company is it's usually during the week. So you still got weekends to do parties and weddings and bar mitzvahs and all of that. So if you're doing corporate event photography, it's easy to add a photo booth to that. Now I got a bunch of clients that I've worked with who call me every year for photography, and I can just add a photo booth on this year. And now I'm making triple the money. So they are profitable. I want to say with the photo booth, the average cost is somewhere around 8 cents per print. And you can only do maybe a print every 3 minutes. So however many hours you're there, you're charging $200 an hour. Your cost may be $4 an hour. You do the math on that. So photo booths can be profitable, especially when you attach it to corporate event photography or wedding photography. I wouldn't do it as I mean, you could make money as a standalone, but it's so much easier when they can just click a box and add it. Because people who are hiring for this stuff, they don't want to deal with 80 people hoping that all y'all gonna be there. They want to be able to say, okay, you doing this, that, and the other, one check, one phone call, one team, cool. So go partner with some DJs and partner with if you're doing anything events and you're not whining and dining your event planners in your area, you're doing life wrong. The money you could be spending on trying to reach weddings and couples, I would take that money and to create baskets, and I will go to my event coordinators and I will wine and dine them and give them a cut. And they will keep your calendar full. That's just a shortcut. That's a life hack. Definitely. Those who sent super chats, thank you. Good looking out. Who was the last super chat? Tina, good looking out again. Quarantine and be safe. For example, you shoot video and a client wants editing. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. I mean, listen, I make sure that in the beginning stages, my contracts and my proposal file, clients understand that you're just getting film. I'm dropping off raw footage. If you want editing, you click the box to the price of editing. On my proposal file, I have it set up where they can click a box to what they want. One of the things that's an upsell for me is the use of teleprompters. Hey, are you comfortable with speaking in front of cameras? Have you done it before? You know, we can bring a teleprompter for another $200. You click the link, you got a teleprompter. I just made $200 for bringing an extra box. That easy. Who are my inspirations? You, and you. That's a good question. I don't know. I just love this so much. I just love that I have the opportunity to talk to 129 people about content all day long. If I'm at 2 hours, it don't even feel like 2 hours. It feel like 10 minutes. Somebody say I'm a Photoshop Delta Force. Hey, why you playing? Special Operation Command had a Photoshop company. Special Operation Command, you in there with Special Forces. And they was the Photoshop masters. So, Ty, what's the most dangerous situation you've been in when I was in the Army? That's a loaded question. We'll talk about that in the member section. We'll talk about that in the member section. Somebody said, man, I wish I'd have known that when I was enlisted. I was 11 Charlie and hated life. Hey, Art, you got to switch that MOS, bro. They don't tell you about the good ones. They don't tell you about the good MOSs. They tell you you can change later. But, bro, it's so many. You could be a 25 Bravo. That's like IT. That's PC repair, help desk stuff. You had a help desk all day, resetting passwords in an Army uniform. Just got back from the range. We just shot 20,000 rounds. I'm going to reset passwords in my comfortable air-conditioned desk. When I was in the military, I had an office with ESPN. No lie. Tell them to go infantry try. 11 Charlie forever. No, don't do infantry. I mean, them infantry boys, much respect to you. You infantry, I got mad respect for you. Them boys was raw. You take a little bass out your voice when you get in an argument with them cats. You take a little bass out your voice. Not a lot. Not a lot. Not a whole lot. Shoot. I was trying to get the first confirmed kill with a camera. Anyway, I want to be military, photographer, videographer. Are those positions readily available? I can't say they're readily available, but if you look at 25 Victor, that's the MOS. A friend of mine, if you look at the official Ricky Bowden, I talked about him last live. He was also a 25 Victor with me. He has a channel dedicated to the military. He talks a lot about life as a 25 Victor. Let me see if I could post his channel down here. He'll love some more subs. Y'all help him out. Tell him y'all came over from my channel. If I can spell. If you go to his channel and you subscribe, tell him that Flash Film Academy sent you. I'm gonna post it right here. Just to mess with him. Tell him Flash Film Academy sent you. He'll love that. Tell him Flash Film Academy for life. Represent on his channel real quick. I said tell him go infantry. I mean, somebody say Uncle Sam gonna use you up. If you smart about it, listen, if you smart about it, the military is a great step in life. If you go in there and you don't know what you want to do, they're gonna get their money worth. But you gotta be smart. You got to be smart about it. Michael say 25S, SATCOM, photos, and internet. Yeah, I was at Fort Bragg. Yep. Used to sock. Yep, I was out there. That's what's up. People would get mad, but it was my job to maintain the computers, so I had to chill in the AC. It's some great jobs in the military. People sleep on that. They just think about infantry. That's what they think about. They think about infantry. Lucas, I also bought the rights to a 5-star funeral builder funnel. Now I'm all in this info. How would you go about marketing yourself? Can I see how to market someone company, but I'm having a hard time. 76 Yankee, what's up? My military cats representing. I love that. First of all, I want to say thank you for the super chat. Funnels are tricky with service. When you offer a service, funnels are tricky. It can be done, but they're great at generating leads if you have something to give someone. So if I have a channel, if I say, let's say I do corporate event photography and I create a pamphlet on what you need to know when you're setting up your corporate event, if I do that to get leads, then that's fine. But then I still have to act on those leads. And sometimes people want that information that may not be ready to buy at the moment. So funnels for service is tricky. Funnels work for products to get you to buy right then and there, and then they don't got to deal with you no more. But for service, they're a little bit tricky. I'm marketing myself on them 3 pillars, man. Know who your audience is, get with your niche, build that website that explain what you do, strong call to action. Have that portfolio that show you is proof that I can do what I'm telling you I can do and blow you away. That's the 3 ways I would do it. And then if you want to market that, once you got that set up, because that's pretty much your funnel for a service, then you can go after whoever your niche audience is. And like I said, if you're doing golf photography, you know you need to target people who are members of country clubs. Like it all depends on, I don't want to give you guys a one-size-fit-all answer to that because I'd be lying. I'd be lying if I tell you it's super easy. All you got to do is put out this ad. Companies that's telling you that, they not real. If companies like, I can get your clients if you just follow my step. If I don't learn about what you try, it's like shooting a video, right? If I shoot a music video, if I tell you to go shoot a music video like this and your music video is going to be dope. I don't know if you're doing country music. I don't know if you're doing dance. I don't know what you're doing. I may tell you to go to the strip club. It may not be right for you because you're a gospel singer. I don't know. That one-size-fit-all crap is a gimmick. I'm not teaching you what to think. I'm teaching you how to think. My course that talks about portfolios don't tell you to put this here. It teaches you how to think, how to look at what you're trying to do and apply this method to that. You know, where are people going? Where is your ideal customer? Where are they doing? Who are they? If your ideal customer is a female, Your voiceover may need to be a male. If your ideal customer is a older gentleman, you may want to get a female to do your speaking just because she's more appealing, right? If you've seen some of the videos, I talk about the fact that ESPN and Fox News or Fox Sports, they're starting to get a whole lot of beautiful anchors all of a sudden because numbers are dropping and they're trying to keep your attention. So all of the sports ladies are getting real cute. I'm sure you've noticed that. They want to keep your attention. They got you looking real cute on there. At first it was just ESPN, right? When they started losing out to Fox Sports, people started going over there to see Skip and Shannon. And then ESPN started getting some real pretty girls that was talking. And I was like, man, I'm going to stick on ESPN a little bit longer. Then Fox started doing it. So, you know, you gotta go with the market. Fun Film says, I'll be the one to say it. Ty, sometimes you read the post wrong and says something about, it skipped up. Somebody stuff popped up. Hold on. I don't know what you said. It says, I'll be the one to say it. Sometimes you read the post wrong and it says something different than you say. Did he say funerals or funnels? I thought he said funnels. Oh, okay. I bought the rights to a 5-star. Yeah, he said funnel. Not funeral. Funnels. That's what he said. Maybe I said it wrong. I think that's what he said. Did I say that right? I bought the rights to a 5-star funnel builder. Funnels are weird with services. They work for products. I may have said it wrong. I said funerals. Fun Film. I think you messing with me. I'm gonna go back. I got funerals on my mind because funerals is money. Former 92 Alpha. What's up, back? That's right. All my military cats. Listen, if you military and you got a company, you better tell these people you military. They will hire your company in a heartbeat. You better say, I'm a former veteran, now media company. Man, I got hired so much for that, it's not even funny. So Jordan says, I'm always trying to spread my name and message small business, asking if they ever need a photographer, but I never get replies or left on red. Do you have any advice for that? Yes. If you build it, they will come. Stop going after them and build you a website and get in front of people that need what you have to offer. You're approaching the game backwards. McDonald's ain't knocking on your door asking if you're hungry. They're marketing themselves to people who are interested in food, and they're positioning themselves to be available when you come knocking. So you're doing it wrong. You're doing it backwards. You're going after people at the wrong time where you need to find people that are hungry for what you do. Google is where people go to find photographers, right? You need to make sure you invest in Google, invest in that marketing. This is not an industry where you can just walk up and be like, yo, you need me? No, it doesn't work like that. You got to get that out of your mind. Got to read more business, because business is going to teach you how to position yourself so that people who are hungry will come to you to eat, right? You're wasting time. I'm going to say you're wasting time cold calling. The only time I do cold emails or cold calls is if I've networked at a situation, at a place where I've gotten business cards. I got a ton of business cards here. I do stuff like that, but it'll be at events where I got warm leads. I got people who understand the value of content. I don't got just random people who I think may need photography. You have to go after people in your niche. If you're going after everybody, you're not going to appeal to nobody. But you have to be where they're looking. Stop running up on people trying to sell egg sandwiches. It's not going to work. People ain't hungry. They may not even like egg sandwiches. But go to a group, go to an egg sandwich meetup convention in your area with a trunk full of egg sandwiches and watch you sell egg sandwiches. You're just running up on a guy with an egg sandwich like, yo, egg sandwich, I know you hungry. You look hungry. I got an egg. He's like, man, I don't even like no damn egg sandwich. I ain't even hungry. You gotta build something and know who your niche is and then go after them. You know what I'm saying? You ever see the meme of the girl who set up a Girl Scout cookie stand right outside of like a place that sold like marijuana or something? People was leaving that mug with the munchies, and she was selling them boys. I sell, you ever notice that next to a gym is always like a GMC or something? Think about that. Whenever you see a gym, it's always like a place that sell like smoothies or like vegan this, and like, it's always that near that because they want to catch you when you come in and you're going. You have to build your brand to be that instead of just randomly calling people like, yo, you need, because you're just not gonna have that type of traction. Is weddings, senior, or event photography too much for one website? Together, yes, definitely. Those niches are too far apart. I mean, just look at the age demographic. Senior is high school. Wedding is 20s, 30s, maybe 40s. Corporate event or event photography, I don't know if it's corporate. I don't know what type of event photography. It can be anybody. Those websites will appeal to different people. The senior website can be flashy. It can be towards high school kids, right? The wedding could be a little more subtle, a little more rosy. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? So you have to build it for the people. You have to build it for the right people. That's something you got to think about when you build the website. Let's see. I got another one. Let me see. So this is something you got to think about. Do I plan on making a video on how to set up Google Ads? A part of me do, a part of me don't. Only because Google Ads changed. Like just in the past 3 years, it went from Google AdWords to Google Ads to just it changes too much. And it's a little difficult to do that. I am in the works with some business owners who create SEO and marketing to see if we can partner or something like that I can offer you. Fun film. I'm also learning photography to go hand in hand with video. I saw Peter Hurley video and was looking at his course for $300. Are you going to have anything like that in your courses? The headshot, Peter Hurley? Yeah, I've seen that video. I've seen that. I may move into showing certain skills at a later date. I don't know. Because, and this is just me speaking, and I ain't knocking him. I'm not knocking him. I like what he had to say. His headshots are cool. I like them. Do I think his headshots is why he's successful? I think his ability to market is why he's successful. The business side of what he do is why he's successful. And if you don't believe me, what he charging $500 a headshot? His protege, whoever his student is the person you can book for half that. Now, if his student wasn't there behind his marketing, you probably wouldn't feel comfortable giving them that type of money. So that's marketing. You're already in line to be that guy. He's just a very super niche headshot guy. That's why he's the best in this industry. Cause he's super niche. He's like, if you're doing acting he's super high end, super niche. That's all. He's doing the same thing I'm teaching you guys to do. He's just made a course. He's just made a name for himself because he's like the super high end niche guy. He has a portfolio that supports his high-end niche status, and he's just made a name for himself. It's really the exact same thing I'm teaching you guys to do, but with everything. With dog photography, with beautician. That's why I tell you, you got to go 3 or 4 layers deep. He's doing the same thing you could be doing. He got good marketing material. That's why you heard of him. You didn't hear about him because you needed a headshot. You heard about him from marketing material. Same thing you could be doing. Let's see. I need a system to live stream a sailboat race in a small lake. You're gonna if you're doing wireless for 5,000 foot long, you're gonna need SlingStudio ain't gonna work, bro. SlingStudio is good for about 300 feet. You're gonna need a super $10,000 Teradek, real deal Holyfield system. You about to spend about 20 grand, Captain Jack. You about to spend some money. Wedding is always going to be a separate website. It gotta be. Fun film. What did you say? Let me see. I'm also learning. Yeah, I seen that fun film. I answered that already. All businesses have a site that they control the message. Let me see. What do you do with the type of client who complains about all sorts of details? Like moms who say there's not enough footage for her and her son's party. Never work with them again. You got to be careful with these clients because they're usually super cheap clients. Super cheap clients complain about everything. They want more for their money. They are a pain to work with. I avoid super cheap clients. What you start doing is you create it. Listen, my contract give me creative freedom to do whatever I wish, to make the highlight footage whatever I wish. Now, if you want to make changes to that, my contract also states that after a certain amount of revisions, we start charging you. So feel free to make all the changes you want. But when they start getting $100 a pop, I guarantee you they start to slow down. That's something you got to prevent beforehand. Who am I talking about? That's the super high niche headshot taker. It's a guy named Peter Hurley. He's big on like f-stoppers and things like that. He's a really good headshot. He's really good. He's dope. I'm not taking nothing away from him. He's really good. But he's like $600 or $1,000 headshots. I think it's close to 1,000. But he's just a super niche headshot guy. And he has a course out teaching how he does his headshots. Now, what that course does for him is propel him even higher as the subject matter expert. And he get to make a little money on the side showing you how to do headshots. But he's showing you how to do it with freaking $10,000 in lights. So he's like, yeah, you can do it with your little cheap lights, but I'm using $10,000 lights that's shaped in a triangle around my subject using my $40,000 camera and my $30,000 lens. And you can try it with your DSLR. You can get the same result. It's just not my thing. Fun Film said, take my $5 anyway. You're worth it. I appreciate it. I think I answered the Peter Hurley question. Hurley. Thinking about getting a SlingStudio to add live streaming for weddings. Well, I have to have some type of hotspot for streaming. Timothy Rogers states, let me be real with you. Yes, you will need some type of Wi-Fi, but you could do a hotspot or you can ask the venue, do y'all have internet? Because most venues have Wi-Fi now and you can stream off that. SlingStudio, I don't know these guys. I wish they would call me up, but SlingStudio is my absolute, and I say this every video, favorite or favorite-ish. It's not a word, but we're going to make it a word for the live. Piece of video tech I own. I'm using it right now. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Matrix, I'm about to sign off too. We're over the 2-hour mark. I got to stop at 2 hours. I keep going, taking y'all to 2 hours. How many of y'all in here supporting this? The 120 y'all in here supporting this habit. Supporting this habit of live streaming for multiple hours. You guys are enablers. I blame you because I'll keep talking and you guys are all enablers, all 120 of you. I love you to death. So we're getting ready to wrap it up. Team more than 2 hours. Yes. There is no way you're on the stream for more than 2 hours and you're not a member of the site. If you love it that much, you gotta hit the member button. All right. Yeah, you gotta, man, listen. When it comes to, so Ryan said I actually pissed off a super cheap client. I told her if she start charging, they're gonna start charging for more changes. She tried to throw in some subliminal shade at me and I kept it cool and whipped her up with the new price. Listen, it's just business, bro. It's business. Don't get emotional. I had a client pop off. And I told her, I said, look, you can say what you want to say. But if you don't tell me what we need to do so I can finish this video, you're going to be mad without a video. I ain't got time for all that barking. I bite. Anyway, let me go ahead and wrap it up. Let me wrap it up with a few things. Listen, if you got your website down and your website is dope and your portfolio ain't dope, you already know where to go to get the course for that. That's one. Number two, member live. The next live for the rest of the week is going to be membership live. So if you are a member, be looking for it. We're probably either going to do tomorrow. Also, if you're a gold member, you have the information in the community side as to where to send your information so that we can review portfolios and websites and take a look at them. Also, if you're a member, if you're a new member, there is some content in the vlog up there for you to get started with. For those of you that sat through 2 hours of this, whether you watching it as a rewatch or you sat through it live, man, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. I hug you if I could. Well, I can't hug you now because of what's going on. So I'm either I can't fist bump you. I can either elbow bump you or we can Wakanda it. But right now, you know, it is what it is. Do Saturday AM to noon, please. But the thing about that is where AM is in your area, somebody in some other part of the world is like, this is too late or too early. So somebody said next time, 4 hours. I need 2 Red Bulls to do 4 hours. I'm joking. I probably could do 4 hours. I'm having a problem getting off here now. Oh, we have a bronze supporter. Rashim Shoots is now a bronze member. You do got a point. You do got a point. I may do 8 just for your gold members. All right, guys. He says, I will talk to you again. Make sure on the Softbox question, mention the internal diffuser. Yes, real quick on that question before I go. If you get a silk, he was asking about, he bought a Softbox. The middle part was missing. You don't have to have anything there. But if you want to put something there, look at silk or go to your Walmart or your local store and get get curtains. The thin little white curtains, the really thin curtains that's made to diffuse sunlight. You can get some of that or go to a fabric store and get some of it cut. Most super Walmarts have fabric areas and you can get some of this stuff cut and use that. That's what I would use. Shower curtains good too, but that's going to be really diffusing. All right. Listen, guys. Sheer. Yeah, sheer is what it's called, Walter. Good looking out. Sheer. How often do I say sheer? I just forgot about it. Final question. What's the hardest thing about the original Blackmagic? Is the way it handles lights. It will overexpose in a heartbeat. Like the thin line of where you can get a great exposure is just thin. You got to be really good at it. It's great hearing so much business from such a warm heart. Hey, man, I just like to see people win. I've developed friends on this chat. There's people I see all the time, and I'm loving y'all, man. I got to go find something to do. He was planning on watching while I was driving home. If you missed any of it or you missed the one from the other day, it's still there. But it's 9 where I am, so I'm going to go and I got some more videos to edit, and I got to send them out to the editor for the content that's coming, for the extra stuff that's coming to the members. So, again, hey, if you like this video, hit me with the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed and you're watching, please subscribe. Live videos and what's going on with the virus channels are having a hard time growing, so I'm going to ask that you just randomly pick a video off the channel and go share it somewhere. Go send it to your mama. Tell her she need to learn about not taking pictures of people or something. I send stuff to my mama all the time. I do appreciate your time today, and I will see you guys in the next video, whether it be live or not live. Members, I'll see you guys a little bit sooner than later. All right, guys. See you in the next